The HJC Smart 10B and 20B are coming as a new comm system built to perfectly integrate into the latest HJC 2020 helmet lines, including the F70, the ARPHA Carbons, and the I-70. So we'll be going over how to install the 10B, its specs, and its features. Sebastian from Champion Helmets here, and the HJC Smart 10B represents another brand and helmet-specific comm system entry into the motorcycling world. This is following the recent trends seen with Shoei and the SRL2, along with other companies like Shark, Nolan, and, to a limited extent, AGV. But though there are pros and cons to this trend, we'll be leaving that aside to look at what you're getting with the 10B. First and foremost is that it will seamlessly integrate into the helmet, and it'll be a great option if you're looking for a basic Bluetooth kit that lets you listen to music and talk to your pillion. So, coming at a recommended retail price of about 140 euros or 160 US dollars, the 10B will be competing with the Cardo Freecom 2 Plus and the Sena SMH5 series. Before we take a look at the system specs, don't forget to subscribe and to check out the rest of our channel where we have our helmet road tests, where we head out on the road, measure the performance of the helmet, and bring you the facts. The HJC system will more or less cover all your basic riding needs if you're just looking to communicate with your pillion and listen to music as you ride. In fact, the system was co-developed with Sena based on the SMH5 system, which had pretty much all the same features as you're getting in this. The system runs on Bluetooth 3.0, but it still comes with a total intercom range of 400 meters or 0.25 miles in ideal open terrain, which is fair considering it isn't quite designed to push the limits of motorcycle communications technology. It'll let you have a two-way Bluetooth intercom, you can listen to music, the GPS, or you can take calls once you pair it with your phone, and it also supports universal intercom pairing. For calling, you do have advanced noise control, and you should get about 8 hours of talk time out of the 10B's battery, though as usual, this may vary. It's also important to mention that this will only fit the new generation of HJC helmets, namely the F70 here, the I-90, the ARPHA-70 Carbon, ARPHA-11 Carbon, ARPHA-90S Carbon, and ARPHA-90S. So not the normal ARPHA-11 or the ARPHA-70, but the ARPHA-11 Carbon and the ARPHA-70 Carbon. As far as what you're getting out of the box, HJC have been fairly generous. They gave you, obviously, the system, which is already connected to the battery and to both speakers. Then you have the option of a wired or a boom mic. There's the boom mic, there's the wired mic, and you also get additional mic sponges in addition to extra speaker covers for a bit more comfort. Lastly, you also get the micro USB charger, including an Allen wrench and the 2 screws that you'll need to install the system. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is remove the interior of the helmet. In this case, we're using the HJC F70, but the same installation process will hold for the 10B and the 20B systems on other helmets. With the liner out, you can start by removing the helmet's battery cover with the included Allen wrench, and naturally you then install the system battery and use both screws provided in the box to secure it in place. Make sure you don't lose any of the screws or the battery cover off the helmet in case you ever want to take the system out. Next, you need to add the microphone because the system is designed so the wire runs underneath the right speaker. So you first choose the mic, in this case the wired mic since this is a full-face helmet, and you connect the 2 red wires with the arrows pointing in the same direction. You then take the Velcro sticker, insert it in the front of the chin bar, and wire the mic through until it sticks, making sure that the wire runs through the channel. Then you can place the right speaker in the helmet, and to do that you need to pay attention to the large plastic tab along the bottom of the speaker. You want to insert this first into the speaker pocket and then gently push the top into place until it clicks. As you do this, make sure that the wire of the mic is not under pressure underneath the speaker. Next, you insert the system. It only comes with a clamp mount, so you'll need to get it against the helmet shell. As you do this, you also get a small plastic tab that's going to hold the wires as well. You insert it slightly behind the system with the wires going into the space between the EPS and the outer shell, and once the wires are firmly in, you can put the last speaker in. You do this again with the same process with the long tab along the bottom going down, and then lightly sliding the top in. Once these are all in, you can put the liner back in, and take care that the wires are hidden but not caught under any snaps or twisted. Now I'll just run you through some of the basic functions of the system. First off, to power it on or off, you just hold the center and the plus button at the same time.
Hello.
If you want to adjust the volume, you just press the plus or the minus button, obviously, And to pair the system to your phone, most Sena users will be familiar with this process, so you hold the center button for about 12 seconds until you hear the prompt. It'll say configuration menu.
Intercom pairing. Universal intercom pairing. Configuration menu.
Then you press plus,
Phone pairing.
and then it'll be searching for a phone. While it does that, you open up your phone, search for Bluetooth devices, and tap on the 10B. With your phone connected to the system now, you can now listen to music and take phone calls. To do that, you just press the center button once, and that'll answer the call. Or if you're done, you press the center button for 2 seconds to hang up. The last thing to mention here is how to enter universal intercom pairing if you want to connect it to a non-HJC system. To do that, you just hold the center button again, like reaching configuration menu, for about 8 seconds until it says universal intercom.
Intercom pairing. Universal intercom pairing.
Then it'll start searching for other intercoms. And that's it for the main functions of the system. It's basic, but that's all the system is designed to offer: music and talking to a passenger, which is still decent. Before we wrap up though, there are a few differences between the 10B and the 20B that are also worth mentioning. Mainly the 20B will be much more advanced, not least because it is based on the Sena 20S, but the installation procedure will still be the same as the 10B. The 20B system offers a longer range of 1.6 kilometers, and you get an FM radio, you get up to 10 hours of talk time, and you can connect with up to 8 other intercom participants. Another nice note on the 20B is it also comes in 2 colors, white or black, which is nice as an added feature that lets you customize the system to match your helmet. However, all these added features do mean that the 20B comes at a recommended retail price of about 300 euros or $340 US, which is almost 200 euros more than the 10B. If you'd like to see more on the HJC 10B, then don't forget to check out championhelmets.com, where we have our lowest price guarantee, and you can also find the 10B and 20B at a discount in our helmet bundle deals. Putting aside the usual gripes with the helmet that only takes one system, the 10B is a decent communicator. It comes at a decent price, you get the basics of music, phone calls, and the intercom, and it all integrates seamlessly into the helmet, which not only makes installation easier, but it improves the general safety. If you liked the video, then make sure to subscribe and to stay up to date on the latest helmet road tests, where we head out on the road, measure data, and bring you the facts. And if you have any more comments or questions, we're always happy to answer them down below. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and thanks for watching.